Happy New Year, friends, family, kinfolk, all of you. Welcome back into the Dirty Air. Clean air is good. Times like this, dirty air, just a tad bit better. Going to leave out that whole Thursday part because obviously today is not Thursday. Today is Saturday. So thank you all for jumping in here on a little Saturday afternoon matinee as we dive in. Happy New Year, guys. Hopefully your 2024 went off well and your 2024 race plans, everything else has put you in the spot that you were looking to be. Obviously, my name is Rodney Rodriguez. I look forward to just talking a little bit right here. We're just going to wrap here for a little bit, as we old people say. Just kind of chew the fat, give you a little preview of what's coming up with Dirty Air and so forth in 2024. All of these cool things here as we dive into a what's going to be. I guess it's actually season 3. That will be Dirty Air. And I got to tell you, we are at a point right now. I know Crate Racing USA, again, this show, speaking of Crate Racing USA, as always, presented by my great friends at GM Performance, Rogers Dab Chevrolet in Brandon, Mississippi. Looking forward to actually being in Brandon, Mississippi in a couple of weeks. Going to go down there and do a little bit of field work with those great folks. So looking forward to that as well. And, of course, sporting the gear right here on demand shirts. And that's something that I'll talk about a little bit later on as well with on-demand shirts and gear and all that good stuff. But the good thing is, here we are into 2024 talking about Crate Racing USA. They are obviously at the Talladega Short Track. They are fired off and going. It looks like the last update that I had, and I'm kind of looking at this as we go. I know there was going to be about a 2-hour delay right there for them to get started, impacted by rain, and I'm glad that they are racing, that they're planning to race this weekend, because everything that I have seen of what's coming on there along the East Coast, I think it's moving on from Texas out to Louisiana and Mississippi. I think all of you guys are about to get hammered. you are about to get hammered with rain. We've actually had that here in Texas for a couple of days. It's been nonstop. Today, actually is very nice, so that's good. But you guys brace yourself. And for Crate Racing USA, which actually is now a proud partner of Rogers Dab Chevrolet GM Performance. They are there on the track at Talladega, and hopefully they will get rolling as well. Also good to see the 14th annual New Year's Bash over at Dillon Motor Speedway for the street stocks. I know that weather has been an issue for them as well, but I looked right before this clicked live, and it looks like there are actually cars on the track there as well. So there you go. That's a really good start right there. Mother Nature is always undefeated. So when we can get her to cooperate, that's a really, really damn good thing. But like I said, this show really just episode 65. This is really just to preview what's coming up this season for the show, and just kind of give a few thoughts. And one thing that I would really invite people to do, drivers, teams, and so forth, right here, if you're checking in on the Facebook feed, especially because you can't really do it over on the YouTube page, and you certainly can't do it on the Rodney Rodriguez Sports page. Without a lot of work. But on Facebook, what I would love to see on the Dirty Air Show page on Facebook that this is airing on, I would love to see, as we start moving forward to, depending on what you're doing. And of course, we've got the Chili Bowl coming up as well. And something else that I'm looking forward to tonight, Anaheim 1. I love Supercross. A lot of years for me, my family in motocross. So when it comes to when these guys fire off, the first weekend of the brand new year, it's always really exciting for me once we start getting Anaheim and they start racing in San Diego. And I love that schedule now that we're back to normal, because they can get over on the West Coast and start the shit the way they're supposed to over there, where the weather's not going to impact them quite as bad. But A1 tonight, so that'll be really cool to see. I'd love to tell you where that's being broadcast. I'm assuming it's on the Peacock, but I don't really know. Of course, we got football. Football's happening. I thought that all of you Alabama folks, I thought that you guys and I were going to have some pretty slick-ass wagering going on, because I went on my weekly show here in Texas, sports show, and boldly predicted right outside Manning's in New Orleans that it was going to be Alabama and Texas in a rematch for the college football national championship. But y'all are home. I'm home. Neither one of us is going. It's Michigan and Washington. That's on Monday. So I guess we'll watch that. That ought to be a pretty intriguing matchup, though. I'm actually looking forward to that one. But I don't even remember where I'm going. And that's what I'm telling you about this show. Very, very off the cuff. That's what you always get. So the plan moving forward for Dirty Air. No changes on anything that we've done in the past with this. Still going to be sticking, maybe not this Thursday, but possibly the following Thursday, get back into a regular schedule, and these pop-ups are going to happen. Just be watching social media, because they'll happen just whenever I get a wild hair up my ass, guys. That's kind of how these happen. I love talking to you guys. That's why I wanted to do this one today, to make sure that you guys were still hanging there, because I've had several folks reach out and it's like, so what the hell's going on here? I thought we were going to have some shows, so we will have them. Possibly around the time of Daytona, we'll be doing some stuff for that as well, for you folks that are interested right there. But it's going to be the same time slot that it has always been. It's going to be the Thursday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 o'clock Eastern, and it'll run, on multiple platforms. It'll be on the YouTube pages. It'll be on the Facebook pages, also on the website. And of course, it will be back on Racing America once again. So very excited for season 3, that we'll have the opportunity to reach that. And it's going to be the same concept, going to try to tie in some of the best guests that I can get my hands on, whether it be with asphalt late models, street stocks, all of that. And also really factoring in the dirt side as well. Where I'm at in Texas, I've talked about it so many times on other episodes, to where dirt is so heavy in Texas. Really want to incorporate that as well. And of course, with Crate Racing USA now being a vital part of the Rogers Dabbs group, that's something that I'll definitely want to pull in there as well. But and as I've done since the get-go of this program, it's not, you get a lot of shows, you get a lot of streaming shows, or whatever the case may be, on the various networks and platforms, to where it's like, yeah, man, it's really cool to talk to Bubba Pollard. It's really cool to talk to Derek. It's really cool to talk to those guys. It's really cool to talk to guys, Stephen Nassy. These guys that are at the forefront of short track racing. But what I really am going to continue to do with Dirty Air this year is I want to talk to the bones of short track racing. I want to talk to street stock drivers. I want to talk to Crown Vic drivers. I'm looking forward this year to really follow the progress there of the Crown Vics. Obviously the show will have a huge emphasis on what's going on with Five Flag Speedway and Mobile. Now that it seems there's some good cooperation going right there with those units, Sunny South. I want to talk about Legends. I want Legend Series, the Legend cars. I want to talk about Dwarf cars. I want to talk about all of that. I'm really looking this year to really bring in the short track feel when it comes to more of the weekly, bi-weekly, couple of month shows, whatever short tracks are doing. Because obviously you have all the series, and you have the big races that are paying the big money, for super late models and pro late models and all these different, whatever you want to call them, and factory stocks over on the dirt side, like I'm talking about with Crate Racing USA, those type of things, big mod races, those things. But the emphasis of this show for me has been, and always has been, I'm a short track racer at heart, guys. I raced a lot of years just in street stocks and super stocks. So to me, the emphasis, the importance of the regular racers. Those of us that, you work a regular job and you get out there and you got friends and family, because that shit really does still happen. I know with the way that short track racing has evolved, I know we get a lot of slam on the NASCAR stuff, and that's fine. I totally acknowledge that it has changed, but short track racing has changed as well. Trust me, I've lived it. I've lived it for 52 years, guys. So when folks want to say, well, NASCAR's changed, well, short track racing has changed as well. But when you get down to it, there are still bare bones of short track racing, which are those classes, which are street stocks, which are the Crown Vics, which are all of those. And with the dirt tracks, same thing. You have the regular folks that go out and they spend all of their time, you work a job. And that's, where everything is so different now. You say it used to be, well, you work 8 to 5 and you go home and work on the race car with your friends and family. Well, a lot of times it's not 8 to 5 anymore. It's you work 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. and you still find time to go home and work on your bomber or on whatever it is, on whatever it is. That's what I really want to make a huge emphasis on this year, to kind of tail things back a little bit. Obviously, we're still going to talk about SRL. We're still going to talk about ASA Stars. We're still going to talk about Southern Super Series. We're still going to talk about all the stuff up north. And we're going to talk to all of those great drivers and racing personalities that have helped grow the show. But at the same time, we're going to continue to grow the short track part on the asphalt and the dirt, because it's you guys, it's you regular folks, it's you guys just like me that make short track racing what it is. And that's really that's my charge this year, to continue to push that in front of people. Speaking of that, I'm going to take a break and come back, because, like I was talking about, the show does not happen without my great partners that do some really cool things for me and do some really cool things for y'all. Like I said, I was talking about the Crate Racing USA being at Talladega Short Track. Here's a word from our partners at Rogers Dapp Chevrolet GM Performance. So as I mentioned, we will roll on same time, Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. That's going to be the usual time for the show. There's going to be pop-up stuff that will come about as well. One of the other things that I'm really looking forward to doing this year as well is on various travels that I may get to do. The announcing plan for me, obviously, I don't know about weekly stuff, but as far as I know, the first big show for me is, thank goodness, and I'm so grateful. It looks like a return trip to the Rattler 250 coming up in March. So that right there with my man Ryan McCullough, really looking forward to heading back over there to South Alabama Speedway. That was, I got to tell you, that's a highlight of my announcing and broadcasting career to this point, getting to do that last year. So really looking forward to that. There's going to be, obviously, I'll have race events here in Texas. Really going to hit it hard on the dirt track side. Tentative plans at this point to hopefully do some races over at the South Texas Race Ranch in Corpus Christi as time allows, with schedules and so forth. Hopefully back at the Heart of Texas Speedway over in Waco. So looking to get some dates in there as well as Texana Raceway Park. And obviously, I think one of the things that I'm most excited about in 2024 for me is with the strong return of a regular asphalt racing schedule here in Texas at Houston Motorsports Park, with Owen Pittman heading the charge right there. It's going to be 11 dates at the beautiful Houston Motorsports Park right there in Northwest Houston. 11 dates. You can find that at HMP Oval if you're interested in some of that stuff. That schedule is going to continue to evolve as the year goes, but that right there, those are the 11 dates that I know are solidified on my schedule. I'd have to go and really look at that to see what all is going on right there. But those 11 dates is a very strong charge to try to get pavement racing to become something. It's been the struggle that we've had in Texas, to where, I mean, you've had great folks. I mean, obviously, one of my great friends, Gina Shile Knowles, that was working there in Houston for a while, and now you have the dates that are set. And I think that's one of the things that is going to really grow this for the Texas base, is that the dates, they're set. Pretty much every division. I mean, the divisions are all set. Honestly, full disclosure, there are too many divisions, but that's something that needs to work itself out. And as it always has in short track racing, as schedules continue to evolve and so forth. I mean, some of those divisions may work themselves out of being on some of those programs. So I just think the 11 dates is a really strong show right there from all parties involved, that the emphasis is going to be super strong on that as well. Looking to get on the road as well. Hopefully going to be able to, it was a true honor for me to be a part of the House Mike team over at the Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway. Tim and Miss Pat allowing me the opportunity to work there with Robbie Harvey and my man, Mr. Bill Roth, getting to work on pit road. That was truly, like I got to say, for me, 2023 was a really cool thing, because I was a part of events that I would have never dreamed that I would have gotten to be a part of. And of course, with SRL national races and so forth, and getting to do all of that. So hopefully more of that in the works as the schedule continues to work itself out. But with Dirty Air, kind of circling back to that, one of the things that I'm looking forward to do at events that I'm going to be at, I'm really going to make a really good effort to get you maybe some pre-race shows. I was supposed to be in Corpus Christi for a massive late model, limited modified, all of that big mod show. The South Texas Shootout the week after the Snowball Derby, but I fell ill after the week at the Derby, which a lot of people did. What the hell were we doing over there? Because I talked to a lot of different people, and they're like, man, I felt like shit the week after Snowball. So I was supposed to be in Corpus, did a pre-race show there, and it kind of got the wheels turning for me here with Dirty Air, to where that could be something that I really want to try to do. Is whatever event that I'm at, I really want to get you guys a pre-race show. That way, if you can't get there, if you're going to check these events out on Racing America, if you're going to be on Flow, if you're going to be on Race on Texas, if you're going to be on all these, my friends in Florida, with Sunshine, if you're going to check out the events that way, I want to produce you some content before the race. That way, once the show starts, I've given you something to where you have a little backstory to what's going on. So that's in the works as well. So really looking forward to doing that. And I think that's going to be something really cool. So that's the plan for 2024 with Dirty Air. And of course, that's going to continue. That's just starting out. That's just kind of the basis of the plan right now. It'll continue to grow. And of course, the good thing is you can check in right here on all of the socials. All of that is going to be the place to where you'll know what's going on. And of course, at any time, you can follow me on the Twix, on the Twitter, on the X, at the Rodney R, and you'll know whatever may be in the works with some of these events that are going to be coming up that I'll get to be a part of. And of course, the show rolls on. The Revved Up show will roll on in Texas, and that bad boy is every Monday, 6 p.m. Central. That's an hour and a half worth of programming right there that really emphasizes on Texas, so you'll be able to catch all of that as well. And of course, on the YouTube page right here where you're catching this, all kinds of stuff right there. And that's where you get the bonus content. That's where sometimes you get the after dark, and you get all the other shit that may not be a part of regular programming. As I talked about, cool looking gear right here. On-demand shirts, my man James Cole and his amazing staff over in San Antonio, Texas. They do some really cool work. I highly recommend, as we are in the beginning phases of 2024. Like I said, a lot of people are already racing right now. If you're looking to get your merchandise and you want to showcase all of that, go to Facebook and check out On Demand Shirts, because you can go in there and they can do embroidery like this is right here, screen printing, whatever it is. And the nice thing about these folks is you can get them to work with you on the design. You can get them as well. I know a lot of short track racers that I've talked to in the past. It's like, look, when I try to order t-shirts, when I try to order caps, when I try to do all this other shit, it's like, minimum quantity 500. And that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for you regular people like I'm talking about, like me, to be able to order that stuff. These guys are going to work with you, and you don't have to order 500. The good thing is, once they have your design, once they have all of your shit in their system, they can produce that stuff for you in the quantities that work best for you, and very racer friendly. James Cole, one of these dudes, longtime racer in Texas. He jumps back behind the wheel as well now on the dirt side as a past pavement guy. So he understands what we all are doing. A little bit of a preview of what it looks like with some of the merchandise that they produced for Dirty Air and for Revved Up. It's On Demand Shirts in San Antonio. Super good stuff. On Demand Shirts on Facebook. Check them out. Based out of Texas in San Antonio. They will hook you up and get you everything that you may be looking for. Not just shirts, everything. They cover everything. So that's what we're looking at here with episode 65. Everything as we start moving forward into 2024. Very much looking forward to seeing all of you at a racetrack near you very, very soon for the Texans. Looking forward to being out and about and trying to get to as many of these tracks as possible to be a part of the shows. And once again, as always, a huge thanks to series promoters, racetrack owners, whatever, that have allowed me the opportunity to not only do this show, but that have allowed me the opportunity to be a part of their racetracks and their series, because I embrace that and I appreciate it very much. And like I said, it's a blessing to me that I get to do this. So that's 2024. This is episode 65 of Dirty Air. We will do a lot of these again, regular time, Thursday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 o'clock Eastern, probably about a week out before we get back into the regular schedule. As I said, I'll be working there with Alan Dietz, the Bull Ring. They are the Wednesday show. Hopefully, once again, we'll get to follow Jess and JD, with Cars Tour Weekly. So hopefully none of that schedule changes on the Racing America side. So we will get you the best content available for short track racing. So I always say, get yourself to a short track, whatever it may be. That is always the number one goal, to get fans in the stands, to support those track owners, those track operators who do such a tremendous job, a tireless, loveless job of, keeping those tracks open, keeping the lights on, keeping all that stuff going. If you can get to a racetrack, do that. If you can't get to a racetrack, find a streamer. There are lots of them that produce really, really good stuff. Get a subscription. Follow your racetrack, support them, because most streamers right now, whatever they're doing, a lot of that money is going back to the racetrack and to the racers. Lastly, I'll leave you with this before we get back into regular Thursday programming. Friends, be careful with this thing. Be careful with this thing, because as we talked about, this keyboard can do lots of really cool things. I mean, the keyboard has allowed us the opportunity to stay in touch with racetracks from all around the country, to be in places that we're not actually able to even get close to. At the same time, this bitch right here is detrimental. Think before you hit send. Think before you hit send. And every now and then you want to type something up, send something constructive. I know those track operators, those series directors, tech inspectors, all those folks, I know they'd love to see something positive every now and then. So think. They say think before you drink, think before you drive, which I truly say, think before you post. Because this thing right here, man, these tracks can become cow pastures really, really quick. And that's the last thing that we want, because we are all in this short track thing together. Guys, looking forward to 2024. Let's get out. Let's kick some ass. Let's grow short track racing. And let's just keep doing what we're doing. All right, guys. Hopefully you have a great weekend. Hopefully you enjoy your football. Got some really cool NFL going on this weekend, too. So enjoy that. Hopefully everything works out there at Dillon. Hopefully everything works out at the Talladega Short Track and all of that as well. Keep following right here on the socials, and we'll bring you all the best short track content that you could find. Remember, clean air is good. Times like this, dirty air just a tad bit better. Friends, I will see you soon.